Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Richard, founder of Short Term Rental University and professional real estate developer. And today we have
Erika Bossy.
And this video is about her father and how dreams can really become a reality using Airbnb, whether you've done this before or you've never done it before. And so we just wanted to share some insight and some storytelling that gave us both a lot of meaning about the value that we're adding on the YouTube channel and the educational content and how it really changes lives. And I know a lot of lives have been improved and enhanced. I get tons of testimonials and emails, and thank you very much. But this is like really close, firsthand, personal, and it's just unbelievable. So I wanted to share that with you, and rather than me tell the story, we thought we'd have Erika tell the story. And I'm just gonna ask you a couple of questions. If you just share the responses, it'd be great. But
absolutely.
I think when Erika's father learned that Erika and I were dating, he was kind of curious and kind of concerned and learned about the YouTube channel and started watching and quickly, I think, became interested in the content. Besides, like, who is this dating my daughter? It was kind of like, this is interesting. Wow, there's some opportunities here. And I think perhaps, and maybe you can shed a little more light on this, but I think perhaps my optimism and the enthusiasm and the success that we're having here encouraged him perhaps to start to dream a little bit.
Absolutely. I have no question. I think that's, it went from kind of stalking to, and curiosity, as you said, to really kind of developing a curiosity and really expanding to the possibility beyond, what he thought possible.
And so by way of introduction, I think semi-retired, really successful in his education careers, accomplished all of the goals that he had set. But I think through watching the channel, he realized, and perhaps, you have a sister that has 4 children, and we're now together. And I think he started to think about his why and deeper thoughts. And what happened in that process?
Yeah, absolutely. So my sister is married and she has 4 little ones, and I have you. And so I think his why was very much just being able to host holidays with everybody under one roof. My dad is, incredibly successful and, one of the smartest men I know, and has worked incredibly hard to provide, for my sister and I, our entire lives. But I think that what's really interesting is that his definition of investment changed. Especially since he's, semi-retired now. And investment took on a completely different definition.
And also, I think realizing that what was unachievable before, like a second home or a vacation home or whatever, based on his, semi-retirement lifestyle and income and whatever, was not quite feasible. But now with the support of guests coming and staying at Airbnb, what was once unachievable now was in the realm of possibility, right? And that allowed him to start to dig a little deeper and pay more attention and ask more questions, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think through watching, the YouTube videos, but also in conversation with you, or us when we went to visit in Northern California, it definitely was just a shift in perspective, and it became very simplified, and like you said, achievable. And he began to kind of push outside his comfort zone and explore and play and dream and just some of the conversations, some of the things that necessarily he wouldn't have thought of, as far as, how to make this and the other thing possible, or how to get from step 1 to step 2, step 2 to step 3, how, when you look at the big picture, as opposed to taking, small bites, it can be overwhelming. It would be overwhelming for me, but I think that basically breaking it down and the step by step made it, certainly made it possible.
Right, and what's so beautiful about that is that his why is very different than, say, my why or somebody else's why.
Absolutely.
And so it wasn't about profit maximization or a cash engine or anything else. It was, can I purchase a home that can house my entire family, and what does the revenue look like when I'm not using it? And that was one of the beautiful things about our conversation in the Airbnb platform or VRBO or whatever, booking.com, is just ultimate flexibility. In any other real estate purchase, you have a landlord and a lease and a tenant for 12 months or longer, and you have no flexibility. You can't use it. It's, you know, an investment property, you can't use it. In this particular case, one of the things that I really loved was explaining to him that, you know, you can use it as much as you like or as little as you like, and you can use it more this year and less next year, or vice versa. If you're not having a good year with your other investments, or you spend too much on this, that, or the other, then you rent it. Maybe this year we don't all go under one roof and we go back to, you know, the status quo before, but if you're having a really great year, then we do it this way, and vice versa. If you can use the home when it's vacant, then you can use it as much as you want. But book it out during the peak weekends, book it out during the peak season, you know, stay in somewhere else. Like, it's just ultimate flexibility, which is just an incredible investment opportunity that might make his dreams come true, right?
Absolutely.
And beyond.
Totally. And what I would say is that, you know, he and my stepmom are very much a team. So they really needed to be in alignment in order to move forward. And what Carrie really, you know, was envisioning for, you know, when she retired was to be able to travel and to have the freedom to kind of travel and explore. And she really wanted to do that with my dad. And so when we were able to kind of present buying a second home and being able to, for it to pay for itself, but also fuel his why or fill his why by having everybody under one roof whenever he chose or whenever that was, you know, possible, as well as, you know, Carrie being able to still travel, because there isn't that, there was no sacrifice.
Right.
It wasn't an either or. It was, you can do both.
Which is amazing.
It was incredible. Then it was kind of like, okay, now everybody's on board. Now what?
Right. So everybody wins.
Right.
And then you go one step further. If you do the Airbnb hosting properly, and obviously Erika, myself, and Hardik and our entire team are behind you. We're going to help every which way.
Which is amazing.
But all of a sudden, not only is the second home a possibility and Carrie's travel a possibility, there's a third component, which is if this is done intelligently and properly, this might even pay for the travel.
Right.
Right? So like, it just, you start to stack all these possibilities, and quality of life is increasing, and optimism is increasing, and enjoyment is increasing, and fun and laughter, and like, I mean, look, it's just, it's amazing. So this YouTube channel and the content and the education and the Airbnb opportunity, it's changing lives, and it's remarkable, and I'm just thrilled to be a part of it. And I love the fact that you've, you know, shared this story about your father and your family and his why with us all. Is there anything else that you think would be interesting or helpful? And you're just like, is there anything else?
No, it's been equally educational, I think, for me to see literally, you know, from the development of the dream to, you know, seeing it come into fruition, and has just been incredibly educational and inspiring and beautiful and rewarding, and for me. And so I have an even greater appreciation for your gift, your education, and everything that you're sharing with, you know, this community, and how it can really and truly change lives. Because you've changed an incredibly important one.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So I just hope you find this inspirational. If you're sitting on the fence, you're thinking about doing it, you don't think it works for you, you don't think you can afford it, you don't think you can do, like, all of those self-limiting beliefs, some of them might be true, but not all. There's never been a better time to be an entrepreneur. There's never been a better time to have pure financial, like, freedom, right? Become self-reliant. If you love your job, continue with it. But if you don't, then make a change or supplement it or add. I mean, it's just between technology and platforms. I mean, your father in his Airbnb, he could have never done that just 10 years ago.
Right.
right? Because the long-term property managers can't monetize it, they need to get paid. The income isn't there, the dynamic pricing isn't there, the calendar hosting changes. Like, it's just an incredible time to take advantage of it.
And what I think is really, really special is I think that this is going to be something that bring he and Carrie closer together, because they are going to do it together.
Absolutely.
I mean, they're going to, every step of the way, this is going to be something that, they, design, put together, and so I think that in itself is an invaluable gift.
Yeah, and I think many people have talents and skills that they're unaware of. I walked into their home and I knew immediately that they'd be wonderful hosts. I mean, the garden and the design and the decor and the furnishings and the thoughtfulness. I mean, they're gonna be incredible 5-star super hosts, and they just don't know it. Now they're gonna get started and the world will know it, and their life will change, and they'll have their loved ones together, and they'll be traveling, and the quality of life, he's a young man, for the next 30, 40 years, with this opportunity is a totally different life and outcome and happiness, joy, satisfaction, versus like not.
Totally.
And that's just amazing.
Huge.
So please comment below, how has Airbnb changed your life, your family, your mindset, your thinking? Comment below. Please like the video on behalf of Erika and her family and hosts all over the place who are like interested but concerned or dubious or doubtful or worried. Please just get started. Please just get started. The best is yet to come.
The best is yet to come.
Like the video and subscribe, friends. Really appreciate it.